AZ Action Advocates. They are going to be talking about a very important forum they're going to be having on mental health called Building Healthy Futures for You, as well as Legacy Patino. Yes, that's his real name, as well as Nichole. Both of them are going to be a part of Building an Empire, and that's going to be happening May 16th. We're going to find out what empire they're building together. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. You can also view our show on the Border Radio Facebook page and the KAWC YouTube page. And don't forget, you can reach out to us by email at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papagiorgio from Yuma.
Johnny Show! What's up, Yuma?
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon. And Johnny, it's good to have you back.
Yes, I am back. It took a week off. Had to handle a lot of business, and also my voice was
You got
out.
your voice back. Yeah, you were like talking like Donald Duck.
It was horrible.
After the fair there.
It was so weird, because you're like, okay, yeah, I know how to talk, and it just wouldn't come out. I've never lost my voice like that before.
Because tell our listeners and viewers why you lost your voice.
Well, yeah, because one, I did the demolition derby.
Yeah.
That was the main thing, because I'm used to talking. I talk a lot, right? That's what I do. But doing the demolition derby, you get very excited when you see the cars crashing into each other, and I just got really excited, and I kind of used my WWE voice.
Yeah.
I always want to say WWF, but it's not that anymore.
It's
and the kids,
WWE, they changed the name because of the Wildlife Foundation sued them, the panda people.
the panda people.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
man.
sued them in the 2000s.
Yeah,
early
yeah.
2000s.
And I always want to say that, but so I took.
You did your wrestling voice.
Yeah, I did my wrestling voice. You know what
Demolition
I mean?
Derby.
Yeah. You know, and how they do on the monster trucks. You know, Sunday.
Yeah.
Right, you know.
And it's loud too. You have to you were trying to shout over the engines, and
it was
probably not advisable.
extremely loud. And if you know anything about the fair equipment. Over there, they don't have the best equipment.
Okay,
you know, it's like some old amp that's up there, and they don't have a monitor up there, so I can hear myself. Yeah, so it was that. But then after that, I had to host and DJ.
Yeah.
On top of a fun house,
right?
We're over there doing that,
with the screams and all the noises.
Yeah, same thing.
Bells and whistles.
All of that without a monitor, and you just kind of push through. But I'm glad I took a week off. Thank you so much, you and Alejandra. So
Alexander helped me co-host 3 of the 4 days we did the new shows, because on Friday we did a best of, because we needed to put together our show, Arizona edition. But yeah, we had a good week of guests. We had people from City of Somerton, Cocopah Indian Tribe, City of Yuma Police Department. Who else? Campesinos Sin Fronteras. And so I'm probably leaving some people out. But from Arizona Western College, from Scott Gross here from sports.
Scott got to come on and talk about Michigan, right?
Yeah,
the guy from Michigan.
So the guy who went here to Arizona Western College played at Michigan men's basketball. And his team won the national championship. So Yuma has a national champion.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't even know it was over, but I figured March is over, so it must have been over. But I don't know much about it. But they took it. They won, huh?
Yes.
How did he do in that game? Do you know?
He was limited because he got injured. He got injured in the Final Four game against Arizona. Michigan still beat Arizona, so a lot of people.
But he got injured.
He got injured. Yeah, he was going up for a shot and he landed awkwardly. So after that, he wasn't the same, and hopefully he gets drafted high still, because he does have potential, and he was their best player going in. But yeah, the Final Four, he didn't play much. He scored he still scored 13 points in the final. But he wasn't as dominating as he would have been.
Wow, that's unfortunate. But I'm pretty sure he's going to get drafted high. Injury, it happens, and they come back.
And I told Scott they need to bring him back, retire his number, or
they need to do something.
Put him in the AWC Hall of Fame, something, because it's not every day, right? That someone for AWC goes to a national spotlight.
That would be. I wonder if he would do it if he'd come back and maybe speak here or something.
Because it was an important part of his history. He didn't have many offers coming out of high school. And so, his mom, I guess, found Arizona Western College, or somebody reached out to the mom.
Oh, wow. That's a cool story right there.
So, the mom told him, go to Yuma, try it out. he ended up being here 3 years. And who knew he was going to be such a big star? But
yeah, I saw you put that article up, and then Travis talked about how he clipped a bunch of his stuff for ESPN. When Travis was over there filming it, he got to clip a bunch of it.
TV,
for AWC TV. Yeah,
they do the games.
Yeah, so that's very cool. Yeah. But and then I'll get to our guests in a second. But the Suns are going to the play-in, so that's cool.
Yeah.
They didn't make it to the playoffs, but
we'll see how they do. Yeah, you never know. Coming out of the West, it's tough with like San Antonio and Oklahoma City.
That's gonna once they get there, it's over. But they play the Trailblazers, the Blazers. Do they call them the Trailblazers? Or am I showing my age still?
I still think they call them that on the official record. But yeah, thank you for taking time off. You needed to rest.
Yeah.
You need to get some rest your voice. But like I said, we had some good guests. We also had people from City of San Luis and San Luis Police Department. Mm-hmm. And mentioning San Luis, I just want to give a quick shout out.
Yes, let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, I was at the Asado and Brew Festival on Saturday night, and that was a good event. Good turnout, good food, good music. They had Grupo Control, people that know Grupo Control. And that kind of like Mexican like banda music that people around here love.
Is it like a really, really good band? I just saw how beautiful that girl was that you put in your I was like, who's this? She's not from Yuma.
Yeah, so I think it's like a father and the band, like people know the original band, and then I think the two women are like his daughters.
Oh, okay.
So and they tour. They're like from like South Texas.
And they're pretty like well known.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like if you go to any kind of a backyard party or like party in like Somerton or San Luis,
they'll be playing it. Like
the music will come on. Like
the music will come on.
Like people know like their big song is Tau Tau.
Okay.
Yeah, if people that are listening may know that.
They
song,
know.
Yeah.
Jorge is shaking. Do you know who they are, Jorge?
Tau.
Well, I just find out that I know more songs that I heard about the Upshoot group.
Okay.
I'm like listening to them, and suddenly I'm like, okay, I heard this song before.
So did you go?
Yeah, I had an opportunity to be there.
Okay.
It was an amazing event.
Yeah.
Can you get a little bit closer to the mic? And
Yes, so it was an amazing event. We had a lot of fun. There was a lot of things happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, and I'm talking to Jorge. You know him. He is from the Raza side of things, but today he's representing the Rural AZ Action Advocates, and he brought his assistant, Oscar, with him. Thank you guys for being with us today.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Victor, for giving us this opportunity to be here and just talk about this upcoming event.
Yeah, and so you reached out to me actually yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I always love it. Like, I appreciate that. And if you're listening, reach out. Right? If you have something going on, reach out. I'm going to do my best to fit you in and do it. And try to reach out as early as possible if you have an event. I'm so glad that I had time this week to talk about it, because mental health, the event that you have on, is very important to the show. It's always been a part of my mission to talk about it. So when I saw that, it was like, absolutely, let's do this. So thank you so much for reaching out on that. But so you've been on the show. Let's get to know Oscar a little bit. So can we do that? So Oscar, again, you get close to the mic too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Yuma, Arizona, but all my life I grew up in Mexico.
So you're from Yuma and then you moved to Mexico?
Yes.
Okay, so your parents just decided to go over there, like for jobs or something? What was it? Do you remember, or do you know?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay. Okay, so then you spent how much of your life in Mexico?
Like my 18 years old.
Till 18? Mm-hmm. So you went to the schools there and everything? Mm-hmm.
So what part of Mexico?
From San Luis Rio, Colorado.
San Luis.
So on
the other side of the border.
So just right over there. And did you like come back and forth, or you just spent your time when you were there the whole time?
I spent my whole time in Mexico. Mm-hmm. I mean, I finished my high school here in San Luis, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
San Luis High School.
Yeah, San Luis High School.
Pep Tech.
Oh, Pep Tech.
Sorry.
Oh, is there two?
So there's at least two, right? Pep Tech is a charter school, and then there's also like Harvest Prep Academy.
I think I've
so
seen
there's like
that
the
when
main
I'm
school,
driving
and then
over there.
There's other like charter schools.
Yeah, I think I've seen the Pep Tech, the sign for it or something at one of the buildings. Okay, so you went there, and so how'd you get involved with the Rural AZ Action Advocates?
Oh, for advocates, well, when I was in high school, in my last year, I was in this program with Race, and it was amazing for me. Mm-hmm. And after graduating from high school, they were hiring a position to be the Jorge's assistant. So I applied for it and I got this job.
So what was it about the program that you liked so much in high school? What attracted you to it?
So one of the things that I really like for this program, I think this program or the things we do, it's for people who want to make differences in their communities, but also for people who want to speak up for any social issue that is affecting us as mental health, for example.
So then you're taking the program, you're part of it. Was there any specific, I guess, things that you would like to advocate for, or like issues that are dear to you?
I think there's a lot of issues, but now I think mental health, it's
so that one is the closest one for you, that mental health, you really resonated with that. Is there a reason around the mental health part of it? Is that that's the reason why you want to do this? Is something that you would want to study further, or just kind of help people be there, a counselor, anything like that?
Yeah, just kind of helping people, because sometimes, or even from our community, mental health or talking about mental health can be a kind of taboo, or people are afraid to speak up for it. So I would like to help people to really speak up for this and,
normalize it.
Yeah, normalize it.
So why do you think that, and either of you can answer, why do you think it's taboo to talk about? Why do you think that there's some shame around that?
I think a lot of the times it's cultural. Just growing up, for example, they always tell you los niños no lloran, little boys don't cry.
Yeah, don't cry.
So we grow thinking that men are not supposed to share or are not supposed to talk about their feelings. So that's definitely part of it. But there's a lot more. A lot of the times in a Hispanic community, if you tell somebody, hey, you need to go, have you ever taken therapy? It's like,
So in the community,
really
if you say that, and are you aware of this, Victor? Like if you say there, because I maybe it is a cultural thing.
I feel like,
because I think every white person I know is as a therapist, know?
No, I feel like, especially like with men, right? There's like questions of like machismo, or like you don't want to show your like emotions, right? Like like you don't, like you said, like boys don't cry or whatever, and so it's okay it's healthy for men and women to share their emotions and to like let it out, right? Sometimes you just got to let it out. And so I think that's what they're saying.
Yes, but not only that, like for example, when it comes to asking someone if they been in a therapy, a lot of the times they just feel like, you know what, I'm not crazy.
Like, why do I need that? Why do you ask that? They kind of get, it brings up that little bit of emotion that's there, and they feel offended, like you're calling them crazy.
Exactly.
Which therapy has nothing to do with being crazy. No, it's just like you said, talking and kind of releasing and stuff. And, I'm so grateful that I found a mentor that happened to be a minister back when I was 16, 15 years old, that he's helped me get through a lot of very dark places in my life. And I was able to be emotional. I've cried in front of them, like had these different experiences. And they've got me from experience to experience because I was able to open up. And you're saying that's important to teach people that, right?
Definitely. We really need to work on that. And parents need to understand, what's happening with their kids. Sometimes when they see a change in their kids' behavior, instead of asking, they just make an assumption. Oh, he's just lazy. You're not depressed, you're lazy. Or, how can you be stressed about it? You don't even work. I take care of you.
Yeah.
They don't understand the kids nowadays. They are dealing with so many issues, peer pressure, social media. There's just so much things up there nowadays that we definitely need to look into all those red flags.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing this for. So the way that all of this started is about 3 years ago, after the pandemic, there was a suicide that happened in Pinal. And we have a race cohort over there. And my supervisor just realized that a lot of the kids were affected by it. And she wanted to do something. She wanted to speak up. She wanted to give them a voice just for them to educate other people, educate the community, the families, the teachers, just everyone in general in regards to mental health. And that's why we started doing this, and we wanted the youth to participate, and we wanted the college students to participate. And this is the second year. Last year, we got about 150 people that came.
150. Were you expecting that?
Not really.
No?
In Pinell, I think we got about 46, and out of those 46, most of them were staff. So we didn't think we were going to have that great of a reaction here in Yuma.
Yeah, so you didn't think that, but then it must have been a pleasant surprise when everybody showed up. And what they show up with? Did they kind of show up curious, wanting to learn, maybe some self-help, or maybe help for somebody else? What was it like?
I think at the beginning it was more curiosity. But this year we got the anti-drug coalition to work with us, and we've been really intentional. And we got a lot of people that actually want to learn more. We've been doing a lot. We've been certifying teachers at Pep Tech High School. We certify them to be mental health first aid. So now they are able to react in case of a mental health crisis.
So like a first aid for mental health, you're saying?
Yes.
That's interesting. I've never heard anything like that. But you're able to go in and certify the teachers in this. And so how does it work? Is somebody notices something, or maybe somebody's like, have an issue, I need to go see the nurse, right? Usually when I was a kid, it was because you scraped your knee or something, or you had a fever. But there's something like this where like I need to go talk to somebody?
Yeah, so they actually have a team. Most of the schools have a team to deal with crisis. AWC has a team. And Adrian, the mental health coordinator, the health and wellness coordinator, she is part of that team. In San Luis, we got Omar Heredia, which is the other mentor for our club, but also one of the counselors for AWC, South County. He is part of that club.
Oh, okay.
So again, I think most of the schools are getting their staff trained so they know how to respond in case of mental
to recognize
crisis.
and respond. I
Yes.
bet. So you got that part of it is recognizing.
Exactly.
So then in that training, you let people know, like, hey, if you're seeing some things, like you mentioned earlier, a behavior change, right? If you're a parent, you kind of think these things where you're just being lazy, like you said, or blah blah blah. You don't have a job. I provide for you. But then as a staff, you could say, wait a minute, his behavior's changed. There might be something. He might need a talk or something.
Exactly. Yes. And the way that we've been able to get all these people certified is with a partnership that we have with the Yuma Department of Health Services. So if any schools or any organizations are looking to get their staff trained and obtain that certification, they can definitely reach out to them.
And how'd you get that? Is that something that was always available, that partnership?
No, not really. We just started working with them with all of the different groups that we have at the different schools here in Yuma County. And we just bump into them. They offer it to us just to get, because of the efforts that our RASA advocates have made in the past couple of years. So they offer to certify them. And then after that, we just started identifying how much need it's in many different agencies and in many different spaces. And we've been collaborating with them ever since.
And are you collaborating to help bring on this event as well?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to take a quick break. On the other side, I want to talk about this event, because when you sent me the flyer, you also sent me a each had their own little flyer, all these speakers. So you're going to have people there that have like certain specialties. Can we talk about them when we come back?
Yes, definitely.
All right. We're going to do that right after a quick break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma Radio is sponsored in part by Nova Home Loans, serving Yuma County and nearby communities. Nova Home Loans offers residential lending services, including home loans and refinancing. They are also proud supporters of local community efforts and organizations. More information is available at novahomeloansyuma.com.
You're listening to 94.7 FM, KOFA Border Radio. The weather forecast for Yuma today is mostly sunny with a high near 78 and breezy with gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 53. In this week's Arizona edition, Somerton changes Cesar Chavez Avenue to honor farm workers. Yuma residents discuss data centers, and we hear from Yuma student entrepreneurs. You can listen to the latest Arizona edition on the KWC app and at kawc.org. Stay tuned to 94.7 FM, KOFA Border Radio.
Welcome to KAWC's The Hotspot.
I'm Chloe Michael.
And I'm Maya Manry. This week, we're seeing if a certain feeling is shared. Is the vibe off?
I'd certainly say so.
At the beginning of the semester, it was packed, but like half the people are not there.
The show is available as a podcast or online at kawc.org under the shows tab.
Bringing the heat to Yuma and La Paz, it's The Hotspot.
Run by music lovers like yourselves, KOFA Border Radio has what you need. A non-commercial home filled with music heard from all over the world. Tune in at 94.7 FM, 1320 AM on the KOFA app or at borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here with Jorge and Oscar, and they have an event coming up. Before we get into it any further, tell everybody when and where the event is, and we'll revisit that before we end and sign off.
So, yeah, this is the Mental Health Forum.
Yeah, tell us what the event is and then when and where.
So the event, this is gonna be a free mental health forum. That's gonna be here at AWC. That's going to be on April 18 at 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and it's a free, totally free event?
Yeah, it's totally free. And we are inviting all the community to attend the event. Mm-hmm. We also, we will provide breakfast and snacks.
Oh, okay, then I'm going. I'm just teasing.
And it's going to be at the conference center.
Yeah. Okay. So it'll be at the conference center, the Shoning Conference Center, that one?
Yuma main campus for anyone listening, yes.
Gotcha. All right, and so like I said, when you sent me the flyer, there was a lot of facilitators on this, and then even some students that we previously had on the show that are taking part of it. But can you tell us about maybe some of the main speakers first?
Yes, definitely. So Alex Valenzuela, he's an NAU professor, but he's also the director for mental health for Border Health. And he was just kind enough to come on board. Last time he was just part of the panel, but this time he's like, I want to take the lead. I definitely want to do a workshop, and I want to, express how important this is and how to recognize the signs of mental health. So he's going to be working with the parents mainly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the parents. Mm-hmm. So to be able to tell them or teach them how to recognize some of those things, maybe?
Definitely, yes.
Oh, okay. And I just see you gave me a little bit of backstory off air. And this is somebody that went to school with you, maybe a little bit older or something, but or younger. You're older. Oh, you don't got to admit it.
Yeah.
No. So you're older than him, but you went to school and you guys used to hang out together?
Yes, we used to go to El Golfo together. Mm-hmm. We took the quads, and we just had a lot of fun during the summer.
And you had no idea that both of you would be in this field helping people this day, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So he's going to be like the main, one of the main facilitators. Is that correct? Okay. So if you're a parent and you show up, what time should you be here to be able to take part of his workshop?
So let me tell you a little bit about how it's structured. So in the morning when you come in, we're going to start with the panel. So in the panel, we got high school students. We also have college students, and we got experts in the community. In one of those experts is one of my friends as well. It's Claudia.
Who's
Lara.
older? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm older. Too.
Oh, okay.
So it's Claudia Lara, and she does therapy with teenagers.
Okay.
She does what we call art therapy. So it's really definitely interesting to hear her point of view in regards to all the different issues about mental health. So we're going to have that. We're going to have monitors, and that's going to be two of the girls that came on board to the at the show last time. So Melanie and Lisette, they were so great here.
They were great, absolutely great, yeah.
So I was like, you know what? They will be the perfect combination to run this event. So we just told them about it, and they're like, yeah. You know, those are really unique kids. They want to do everything for their community. So every chance that they get, every opportunity, they always go for it.
Yeah, and Melanie Ruiz Lopez, as we said, she is a co-host of Siendo Primero here on COFA Border Radio, so she knows how to talk about interesting topics.
Yeah,
and important topics.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a very important topic. So then, how'd you come up with the structure for it?
So it all started in Pinal, and we just kind of like imitated whatever they had already.
Yeah, you kind of saw something and it worked, and then you brought it here.
But it was actually started by our own organization, so it was just bringing it to Yuma.
Okay, gotcha. And so, who else is speaking? Is anybody else? You mentioned two, and they happen to be your friends. But anybody that maybe not your friend, or do you have anybody else speaking?
So we got high school students. We got high school students from PepTech San Luis. We also have lady from Cibola High School. We got counselors from Cibola. We got counselors from Yuma High.
So the actual, like the counselors that they would go see on campus. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So they're going to be there, and they're going to be kind of sharing, or they're going to be there as a resource, or?
One of them is going to be sharing, just part of the panel. But when they're done with the panel, they're going to divide, and they're going to go into the different workshops.
The workshops.
So there's going to be a workshop for adults, and there's going to be another one for teenagers. And one of the counselors is going to be the one that is going to facilitate that one for the teenagers. The other one is going to be Alex Valenzuela for the parents.
Okay, so about how many people could be in a workshop? Does that matter? Like how many could be in each one? Or
it can be up to 100.
Up to 100. Oh, yes. Okay. So we really got to make sure everybody's listening right now and pack this place out, because you could facilitate that many people.
Definitely, yes. And once they're done with those workshops, they come back together, and then there's going to be a yoga instructor that's going to come in, and she's going to be doing some grounding techniques, and then we're going to finalize with some yoga.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like you said, some grounding, because the yoga, at the end of it, my favorite part is really when you get to kind of ground and kind of let go. And that's part of mental health, right? Kind of taking care of your body as well.
Definitely, yes. And, I just want to share I actually got to do yoga for the first time in my life about a month ago.
Oh, wow.
And I did it here with Adrian.
Okay.
And then after that, I just like, you know what? I need this in my life. The stretching, everything. It was just so great. And I've been in yoga ever since.
You're doing yoga ever since for a month. And then, so now you're bringing it and exposing other people to it, because, some people might have some misconceptions of it, what it is. And I know it can be difficult to a degree, but you only go at your own pace, right? You just do what you can do. And then maybe like a month later, you can do a little bit more. That's it, right?
Yes, I think every day that I go, I find out that I'm able to do different things that I never thought I was going to be able to do. And I think a lot of it is just my brain.
Yeah, so you kind of, I guess, stretch yourself to a limit, and then it's like, well, now I have a new limit to be able to go to. So what would be your goal after this? So if you would look back and, the next day, or kind of recap, what would you say would be this, or make this a successful event?
Okay. Well, more than anything, our goal is just to continue for people to show up so we can continue to do it every single year. And our goal is to extend. So we're already talking to City of San Luis, and we talked to Angelica, which is the director for Parks and Recs, and she's looking into the possibilities of bringing the mental health forum to San Luis next year. So maybe having one in Yuma and one in San Luis,
that would be
so
great.
we can reach out to more people.
Angelica's really great, and she helped put on the event, the Asado and Brew Festival.
Oh, she did? Oh,
Angelica
okay.
Roldan.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a lot of pictures from it. I couldn't make it, but it looked like a great event.
So going back to this would be needed in South County very much so.
Yes, especially because we want to bring so many students from there, but it's hard to get them transportation. PepTex has been really helpful, and they're actually bringing 2 bands. Full of students, and if parents wants to come, they're willing to bring parents as well.
All right, so tell everybody one more time when, where, how to find it.
Okay, so it will be April 18, next Saturday, right here at AWC Conference Center, and it's going to be happening from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
All right. Thank you, Jorge. Thank you, Oscar, for being with us. I really appreciate it. Anytime you got something going on, you want to bring more students in, I'm game, all right?
Okay, we're going to take you on that word.
Absolutely. No, that was a fun show. I think that was one of the most fun shows I had, so I love it. And with that, we are going to be back with Legacy and Nichole. They're going to be talking about their Building an Empire event coming up May 16th. We're going to do that right after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, crafted in Welton, inspired by the desert, offering scratch-made food, handcrafted beers, live music, and experiences like farm tours and glamping. Location information, the schedule of events, and details on the range of options to be enjoyed are at hightanks.com.
From KAWC, this is Siendo Primero. I'm Sajei Bárcenas.
And I'm Melanie Ruiz Lopez. In this episode, we'll be talking about AI, artificial intelligence.
I use AI all the time to help me with difficult questions, coming up with study prompt.
There's a lot of questions that I had, and I was able to use AI for it.
I do let students in that class use it to translate.
A new energy with the same mission.
To give students a voice.
For KAWC News, I'm Victor Calderon. Somerton's mayor and city council members have directed city staff to begin the process of changing the name of Cesar Chavez Avenue. Cities in Arizona and California have been discussing removing the late farm worker rights leader's name following allegations of abuse and rape. In Somerton, Chavez Avenue passes Somerton High School. Saul Albor, Community Development Director for Somerton, told KAWC the majority of council members want to go with a name honoring farm workers. That means changing signage, city records, and maps, coordinating with emergency services, and notifying utility providers, postal services, and government agencies. Somerton council members also want to change the Chavez City holiday from his birthday on March 31st to a full day off on Christmas Eve. San Luis City leaders are also discussing changing the name of a street and cultural center and what to do with a statue. For KAWC News, I'm Victor Calderon.
North End Community Center is now accepting registration for the Senior Season Pass program. Volunteer instructors are on site to assist with art programs that include wood carving, painting in all mediums, and more. Tuesday mornings through October. Information at yumaaz.gov under Parks and Recreation.
I'm Public Radio Runner. Join me for Bonus Smiles, the show sharing the stories and playlists that fuel runners. Why? Because the rando cheering you on at a mile 77 aid station is the same kind of person who supports local public radio. Join us every Saturday at 5 a.m. on KOFA at 94.7 FM for stories that soothe and jams that power long runs.
KAWC and Border Radio are sponsors of the Village Jazz Series, with concerts every Thursday evening from 6 to 8 at Yuma Palms Regional Center. This week, San Diego's Danny Green Trio performs contemporary jazz known for its expressive piano-driven style. Guests should bring their own seating. Details under Village Jazz at yumajazz.com.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Legacy and Nichole. And real quick, Legacy, is it like, do I say one name? Is it like Prince? Like, is it like, I don't know if I was like, should I say his last name? I don't know. But
sounds like a male dancer or a wrestler.
But
either one.
It doesn't matter. So Nichole's been on the show before.
Yes.
So but we're going to get to know you a little bit before we go into the event that Nichole and I are going to be hosting together. And can we get our mic up a little bit?
Yeah.
Like you could scoot that one, actually pull it up. There we go.
Is that better? Can you hear me now?
That's good.
Good.
So the event that's building an empire that's going to be happening May 16th, and it's going to be happening where?
At the Gachon Casino.
All right, and we're going to get to that. We're going to recap that at the end of the show. But Legacy, I've had you on. You were on like my podcast when I originally started a podcast. You were like one of my first guests, and this was years and years ago. I'd met you at a networking event. At I think it was like a famous baseball player. Do you remember that one?
Like ACN or something.
Yeah, it was like ACN, and that. Do you remember the baseball player that was there? Or?
Tom Stoudemire or something.
Okay, wow, geez, I did not have a good memory. I didn't know this, and I'm bringing that up for a reason because it was like a networking thing. Because that's kind of what you do, and that's what this event is going to be about, right? And again, we'll get to that. But before, we want to know what makes Legacy tick. And what made him into this entrepreneur and this person that could bring together a great network. You born here in Yuma?
No, I was born in Blythe, California.
Blythe? Wow. What's it?
The huge city of Blythe.
The metropolis.
It's like Atlantis, but a little better.
So Blythe, what was it like growing up in Blythe?
If you think there's nothing to do here in Yuma, ain't nothing to do over there. But I mean, it was a lot of trouble, honestly. Usually in small towns like that, I mean, there's nothing else to do and everybody's getting in trouble. And
boredom will do that to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it was a good thing that I got out of there, honestly, that I moved out and then I ended up coming to Yuma like in high school.
So you grew up there. And in high school, then you come to Yuma.
Yeah.
What age do you remember?
I don't know. I was a sophomore.
Sophomore?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever age a sophomore is, 15, 16, around there. Something around there. And Blythe, nothing to do but like throw rocks at windows and like just entertain yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't anything else to do. And I mean, looking at, some of the old friends and stuff that I had out there, it's like, wow, they took not so great roads.
So are you serious? So like you could even look back to see like some people ended up like still causing trouble into their later years.
Yeah. I mean, because out there it's like cool to do bad stuff. Like you're infamous. That's the thing that everybody's trying to get to, and it's like, it's not a great position to be in, or where all your peers are influencing you in that direction. So it really was a blessing. I mean, I always was kind of always trying to stay away from all of that. But
you were around it by proximity, but like you said, you're like, I don't think we should do that.
Right.
Something in the back of your head, and like, guys, but peer pressure being what it is.
And as a
the
kid,
more
you're
people,
a kid,
you're a kid. What do you do?
So and then I came out here to Yuma. I liked it out here. It was a lot less crazy. I mean, you still got your crazy, but it wasn't like in Blythe. You had different sections, different people. And my dad, I mean, when I was in high school, he had started a business out here, like an auto body shop.
So did he start it and then he moved here? Like, how would that work? Because I know he has an auto body shop.
He had one in Parker where we were at, because we went from Blythe to Parker to Yuma.
Gotcha.
And then he ended up selling it to his partner and came out here and worked for a body shop for a couple years. And then when we came out here in high school, he opened the body shop there. So, I got some experience with managing people and learning how the back end works, employees and all of that. So I got some good experience, but I definitely was always like, I want to be a millionaire, I want to do something great.
Because like you saw your dad as an entrepreneur, like you said, he had a business there you said Parker, he had a business there, and then over here. So was it because you saw your dad doing that gave you like, opened your eyes that maybe I could do that, or what was it?
Yeah, I mean, without, my dad, I really don't know where I would be at. My pops showed me the ropes in a lot of different ways. And I mean, you and your pops, sometimes you bump heads and, you don't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I ended up branching off and starting my own thing.
Yes.
And that's when I started Autopilot around the time when we met up. And it really wasn't until I started bridging into events that I saw the big difference, even for my personal growth. Because I went to an event to go seek, how do I become a millionaire? How do I get around?
So something in you beyond just seeing your dad, you're like, something in you is like, I want money, right? I want to be able to do this. And maybe not just money is the right word, but I want to be successful.
Right. Freedom.
Freedom. Really and that's what money buys you is freedom and buys you time, right? So I don't want to skip over your first business, the one that, like you said, we got familiar with, Autopilot. It was like the beginning. This is before Uber Eats and stuff, right? Like this wasn't a thing. But what sparked that interest or whatever to kind of go down that road? Because that has a lot to do with logistics. And tell everybody what it is once I stop talking.
Yeah, no. Well, it was basically like a DoorDash before any of that existed. We didn't have apps, so people would have to call the restaurant, place their order to pick for pickup, and then they'd call us to go pick it up, and they'd tell us the name. So it was a lot of logistics. A lot of what I learned was from like the 911 dispatch. I studied their logistics and kind of how they dispatched and ranges, so that helped a lot. But even then, like looking back at that business, not understanding the depth of, scaling and layering and all of that, there was a certain point where it just became a bottleneck. I only have so much time in a day. Understanding how to delegate, understanding how to properly scale something. I got stuck. And then there were certain issues that happened with the business, and then I ended up having to close it down. So then I learned, dang, you have to have a plan B, plan C, plan D. You don't have nobody else to fall on.
But you learned, right? And then you said a certain issue, right? Something comes up, you have to deal with something unexpected, right? But you don't know what to expect unless you go that. You have to travel that route to be able to know like what's on the other side of it. And so in one sense, people could be like, oh, you failed at business. It's like, no, what'd you do? You learned, right?
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, that without that experience, I wouldn't be able to do, all of my failures have opened up certain doors. They've have a level of experience that now you can share with other people. You can guide them through certain things so they don't fall through the same pits. You can predict that when you're building your own business. I mean, I look at life like a game of probability. Everything's a probability. Your chances of getting home tonight are pretty high. You've done it a lot, but there's still a chance you won't. So it's looking at everything like probability and simulating what specific events are going to happen. And it bridges me back to the events. If I want to be successful and I want to build something big, and I fill a room with a bunch of successful people and resources and different connections,
the probability goes up, right?
Exactly.
It definitely goes up. And so I want to talk about that, the first event that kind of sparked something in you even more, because you were at an event, I believe, you were sitting down in the crowd and there was like a call to action or something on the stage, and you're the only one crazy enough to call like back or something. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So
and where were you at? Was that when Autopilot was still a thing? Or
Autopilot was still thing. It was actually around the time, like right after the event is when everything happened. But it was in Las Vegas. It was 10X for Grant Cardone.
Grant Cardone. Are you familiar with Grant Cardone?
I'm not, no.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a big sales influencer.
Okay.
He's pretty famous, and that's who I wanted to go meet. So I go to this event. It was a 3-day event. I was trying to figure out how to go meet him. I was in the cheapest seat you can get. I barely made it with gas. And I'm like, man, those VIP tickets, they're like $15,000. How am I going to get there? And on the third day, I was like, man, I'm going to miss my chance. This was my only chance. I'm not going to be out here anymore. And I heard the speaker say, the reason why you don't get what you want is because you asked for permission. And I'm like, okay.
So it was a statement. It wasn't even a question.
No.
It was a statement that he made. You asked for permission. You're not getting what you want. And then what goes up in Legacy's brain at this point?
I was like, well, I got to get on stage and let her know I won't ask for permission. So I tucked in my badge and I walked down the bleachers. I walked straight to the security because I'm like, I'm not going to try to avoid him. I walked straight up to him, like, excuse me, and he got out of the way.
What?
So then I go straight to the stage. Same thing with the security. I'm like, excuse me, got out of my way. And then I went up to the stage and I'm like, I won't ask for permission. And she's like, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Wow.
And then she took me backstage to meet Grant and all the people that I wanted to meet.
Because you didn't ask permission. You acted like you. So
Acted like he belonged there. Yeah.
Exactly. And I just got to say something. So on the same podcast that I had you on, I also had Dr. Freeman, who was a refugee from Iraq. And he had told me the same exact story when he was getting through the Iraqi military. This is during the war that was happening. He would just walk up like, hey, I got to be over there. And he didn't. Like, he had no business being over there. And like every checkpoint he went through, like, hey, I'm a doctor. I have to go over there. That's this and that. And he just owned it. Mm-hmm. And he made his way all the way into Saudi Arabia, where he was able to get free from the Iraqi army. Wow. Just by saying it, when owning it with that confidence. And you did the same thing.
Right. I mean, you can move mountains with conviction. You know,
you can move mountains with conviction. You're getting that over there, guys?
Put that on a bumper sticker.
Yes, clip that.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's how people believe in you. If you're leading a team and you're leading people and you don't have conviction behind what you're saying, I mean, no one's going to stand behind you. You know, even when you're uncertain, the responsibility falls on you as their leader, as a person that's taking the direction, and you have to live with that and have a level of conviction. Like, okay, I believe in myself enough to see that with this team, we're going to be able to pull this through. You know, and that's how it is with anything. Like those securities, I mean, they were just hired to be there. They see someone with conviction, like move. They're like, all right, let me get out of the way.
Yeah.
You know, so it just opens other doors. And there's always another way. You know, I always tell everybody, like, you already know all the 99,000 ways not to do it. Your job is to find the one way you can, you know, and focus on that. You know, and again, it's probability. Nothing is certain. You have to look at the probability of everything and positioning yourself.
That comes back down to, like, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break where I want to kind of briefly get into the solar stuff and then how you ended up in the position you're in now to have this event with some great speakers.
Yep.
All right. We're going to do that right after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Where else on the radio would you hear the set that just played? For the most part, the music you hear on Border Radio is pretty hard to find on commercial radio stations. You'll hear this music only on a public radio station like Border Radio, where you, our listener, truly appreciates it and owns it. Visit borderradioaz.org to donate today.
Breezy in Yuma, La Paz counties today with a high near 75 in Quartzsite, mostly clear tonight with a low around 47. Sunny in Parker with a high near 78, gusts as high as 25 miles per hour, mostly clear tonight with a low around 48. And mostly sunny in Yuma with a high near 78, gusts as high as 25 miles per hour, mostly clear tonight with a low around 53.
Hear the rhythm. Feel the beat. Let your curiosity run away on the Latin Alternative. Hi, I'm Josh Norick. Every episode of the Latin Alternative takes you on a thrilling rendezvous of sonic and exotic landscapes in Latin rock, funk, hip-hop, electronic, and tropical music. Join me and my co-host Ernesto Lechner on the Latin Alternative.
This evening at 7 p.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
Tuned in to Border Radio KOFA. We are your local public radio station that celebrates the power of music to bring people together. You can see our playlists, listen to our live stream, and listen to past programs on demand on the KOFA app. Find it at your favorite app store.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here with Legacy and Nichole. And so we kind of left off. You were able to go backstage. You met Grant Cardone. That's huge in the sales business, right? He teaches people how to 10x the amount of money and everything else they want to do and achieve. So you did that, and then what did you do after that? Because you said there was issues with the your driving company. Then you went to solar right away. Is that what happened?
No, I closed the company, and one of the guys that I met backstage, his name is Brad Lee. He goes as the real Brad Lee. And he ended up offering me a sales job at his facility, and his clients are Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, like, because he has a software where they put their courses in his software and they can sell it.
So you're backstage and you got the opportunity, and then they said, I like this guy because you did what you did. Okay.
Yeah. So then I worked for him. I worked for him for 9 months as a sales agent. And then 3 months later, I was running his operations. And then I basically became the director of operations of the whole company. And then when Kobe Bryant died, I quit because I had heard him speak a week prior to like that happening.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, man, he was talking about making movies and all this stuff, and something happened to him. Like, I believed what he said he was going to do. Am I doing what I should be doing? And I was comfortable. I was around all these influencers, and I had gotten my dreams. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. So that's when I called Caesar, and I'm like, hey, dude, you know, can you really make a bunch of money in solar? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I ended up convincing Brad, the guy that I work for, to promote our solar company and give him ownership. And that, I mean, that's how everything scaled up. You know, it's like having Grant Cardone saying, hey, I opened a solar company, come sell for me. So, you know, we ended up scaling that up to about like 5,000 sales reps.
Wow.
You know, it was in 17 states.
Jeez.
That's impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. So you do that, and then, because that's where we lost contact for a little bit. You were gone over there. And then what brought you back to Yuma? And then we'll get on to the event.
My kids is really what brought me back to Yuma. It started weighing heavy coming every weekend from Vegas to see them. So my kids was the biggest reason why I came back. And then this is my hometown, so I have a lot of people that I know here, and bridged from solar into real estate, and was just doing real estate, fix and flips, wholesaling, now bridged into the brokerage with Revolve Real Estate, and like all of that ended up tying together. So this became my base. And I've been here for a little while now, and I just thought to myself, like, okay, I'm doing everything, but the one thing that's missing is these events. So then I bridge that back as well.
And you're talking about these events, like you said earlier, the proximity and then the possibilities can, if you just take that time to, hey, I'm going to go talk to that person instead of like, they don't know me. I don't know them. Right. Like, I don't know what to do. No, go talk, act like you're supposed to be there. And that's the event that you're putting on. You're giving everybody the opportunity to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like what we said about being a kid in that small town, you know, with that proximity, people will associate you with them. And it's like, oh, that's trouble. You know, now you change the proximity, and people will associate you with that proximity and be like, oh man, okay, he's a real deal. So it's just changing that up. And I mean, events changed my life. So really what I'm trying to do is give someone else that same opportunity, that same switch. You know, what happened with me and how many doors were open for me, for one of my events to be able to do that for someone else.
Yeah, to provide that space.
Correct.
And so how did you link up with Nichole? Was it through the MMA event, the YFL, or was that before?
No, we had talked, I don't even remember.
I think it was actually because I was looking into getting a place, and then you were like, let's link up, let's talk, because I need to know more entrepreneurs here. And I was like, yes, let's do some networking. And then it just...
Yeah, it was the real estate.
Yeah.
And then, so you were looking for a place for your gym? Is that what?
Yes, it was between a new home or a new gym.
Okay, either or, because you could have home gyms. And so tell everybody what you have again, your business.
I have a women's only gym, and it's all pink, very aesthetic, very cute, and focused on women's health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and just skyrocketing their confidence, getting their health back in, and I invite their kids over, so it's very kid friendly. It's just an amazing community.
So like you could work out there if you're a woman and bring your kid.
Yep. I actually have a client that's there 3 times a week, and she has a 6-month-old that I feed, I burp, I hold the entire time.
Yeah.
Full service.
It gives them enough leeway to be able to better themselves for their children.
Absolutely. And so you're an entrepreneur. So then you are now invited to co-host this event. Are you pretty nervous?
I'm excited. I'm excited to learn from you, Johnny.
Oh, thank you. You're making me blush now.
I feel like you're a good person to learn from for those things, because I do have experience in front of cameras and whatnot, but not necessarily speaking at events. So I'm excited to to use this as a learning experience with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've done so well with doing the stuff for YFL. That's what I
Yes.
brought up. So you just did that event. You helped with you put together the ring girls. You're like, I'm not going to be a ring girl. I'm going to put them together. It's like, and then I'm not going to sit in VIP. I'm going to run the VIP. So tell us a little bit about that.
So a couple events ago, I was approached to be a ring girl, and I told my buddy Chance, I was like, I don't know if that's in the cards for me, bud, but if you need girls, I have plenty of those. So I started hiring girls, and he was like, you know what, you did good at that event. I want you to be the director of VIP. That way, you can help us out with seating, with making our VIP feel like VIP, rather than them just sitting there and watching the event. I'm going around making sure everything is going good, everyone has what they want and need, and just making them feel special because they do pay, top dollar in order to be in VIP. So it's a good gig, and it's a great team that I get to work with, and I enjoy it a lot because I grew up around Chance and stuff back Southgate Mall when there was a gym there.
Yeah, that's old school right there.
Yeah.
When he had, what was his name? Anthony Hale.
Anthony Hale.
And Justin and everybody. I remember going there. So then you're going to co-host this event. Are you excited to meet people too as well? Because you're an entrepreneur, so you get to be within the proximity of these people that actually went out and did it.
Yes, I've never gone to a networking event before. You do networking with dinners and stuff like that, or just being in the same place as somebody, but not specifically for the intention of networking. And I don't think we've ever really had any of that here in Yuma. So to be able for Legacy to bring that to this town is just phenomenal. I'm stoked.
Absolutely. And I think people have tried before, but it does take a certain finesse and somebody that's kind of done it before. So we're lucky to have Legacy. So Legacy, tell everybody what they can expect at this event, because I'm excited about one in particular because I love magic. But go.
There's going to be magic, huh?
There's going to be magic.
There's going to be magic. So it's like the Legacy, we need to have magic here.
So the magic show is part of the entertainment space. I mean, I've been around a lot of different business owners and networking, and I mean, they all work hard, but they also play just as hard.
Sure.
So to be able to bridge that together, to have specific subject matter experts explaining how they were able to reach success, and then transition it over into like entertainment and party and give everyone the chance to network and meet other people. I mean, it puts everything together in one. It almost makes you not feel guilty by partying, because you're like, well, I'm partying, but I'm also working.
Yeah. You're having a good time, but you're also like, you're talking to somebody that could provide an opportunity.
And for people who are nervous, they can have a couple drinks and let themselves, sink into the environment.
and go with the flow.
Yeah, go with the flow. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Can you tell everybody some of the speakers and then, some of the entertainment?
There are a lot of people that I know. Tony, he owns the biggest exotic car collection in the nation. He has like an auto repair facility, a huge collision repair facility, and he's going to actually be bringing some of the cars down too.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to try to put them inside the venue.
Oh, right on. That's
we're going to have a AI speaker. He shows you how to optimize on AI. How people search you on Google.
Yeah.
Well, now more people are using AI and ChatGPT, so he shows you how to pop up on that.
Okay.
So he's going to be explaining some of that process. We have Melissa. She does mortgage. She's the #1 lender in all of the Southwest. So she's going to talk about how she went from, on the streets of Los Angeles to now where she's at. So that's going to be a cool story. And then you were bringing a friend.
Yeah, we're going to have Jalinda Freeman. She's going to speak, and somebody, but you got to mention Tom Rush, or else we're going to get in trouble.
No. I was bridging. I was leaving the best for last.
Yeah, we got about a minute left.
Okay, and Tom Rush. So we have a few different projects going. He's partnered with the brokerage as well.
And I tease about Tom Rush, but it is with proximity. You're around somebody that's been successful. We go on a walk on Wednesdays. I just want to be around him and learn from him.
Right. Yeah. No, and he's a wealth of knowledge. He's got a lot to learn.
So how can people get more information, website, social media for the event?
It's buildinganempire.site. I have it on my bio, Legacy First Class. And then we're going to be working on some promos too, because we'll have a couple tables for What's Up Yuma. Legacy First Class would be the best way to reach and ask for questions and see. There's still a few different seats open. There's no more tables left. but we could probably.
And then where's it going to be at? And
it's
when?
going to be at the Cachan Casino, May 16th.
At what time?
Between 6 to midnight.
All right. That's going to be late. That's past my bedtime, but I'm going to do it.
I'll force you out there if I have to pick it up myself.
There we go. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for being with us. I really appreciate it. Look forward to the event. I know it's going to be fun. And with that, What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Arnellis, Juan Garcia, and Dave Reek. And do you not have your favorite?
It's all you.
Oh, it's all me?
It's all you.
You can find out more about KAWC at kawc.org, on Facebook at KAWC Radio, and on the KAWC app. Stay tuned following our program for KOFA Midday Music. And on tomorrow's program,
we have Matias Rosales. He's a local realtor. He's also a former councilman in San Luis.
And we also have Julia Moreno. She's part of the Yuma County Nurses Foundation. There we go. I think that's what it is. And so you can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes anytime at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio. And I think I did it all in time. You guys, I'll see you tomorrow.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
This is Border Radio, KOFA Yuma. We can be heard on a radio at 94.7 FM and 1320 AM.